Hello, my friends. I'm Dr. Linda Parker, urologist and senior health specialist, and today we're going to talk about a healthy daily habit that quietly overloads your liver after 60. Even if your doctor says your lab tests look normal and you've never touched a drop of alcohol in your life. For decades, we were told that if a drink is natural, full of vitamins, or labeled as good for the heart, it must be safe. Many people in their 60s, 70s, and beyond proudly tell me, "Doctor, I don't drink soda. I only drink juice. It's healthy." And yet their liver ultrasound shows fat buildup, their waistline keeps expanding, their energy fades, and nobody has explained why. So let's go straight to the point. The healthy drink that silently destroys many livers after 60 is not a rare exotic beverage. It's the daily glass of fruit juice or natural smoothie, especially the bottled, boxed, or store-bought versions that promise vitamins, antioxidants, and energy, but flood your liver with more sugar than it can handle at this stage of life. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to give you clarity. By the time we finish this conversation, you'll understand exactly why that innocent glass of orange juice, apple juice, grape juice, or 100% natural smoothie can push your liver into overload after 60. And more importantly, what simple changes you can make to protect your liver, restore your energy, and keep enjoying your favorite flavors without sacrificing your health. Let's start with a simple reality. Your liver after 60 is not the same liver you had at 30. It's wiser, more experienced, but also more vulnerable. Over a lifetime, it has filtered medications, processed alcohol, handled infections, managed hormones, and dealt with every extra calorie you've ever eaten. It has done this tirelessly, day and night, for decades. With age, 3 key things usually happen at the same time. First, metabolism slows, so your body burns fewer calories. Second, you tend to lose muscle mass, which normally acts like a sponge for sugar in the blood. Third, many people become less active, which means less movement to burn off what they drink and eat. Put all of this together, and your liver lives closer to its limit than you might think. Now let's add that healthy drink. A typical glass of fruit juice can contain the sugar equivalent of several pieces of fruit squeezed into a single cup. When you eat whole fruit, you get sugar, yes, but you also get fiber. You chew, you feel full, digestion is slower, and your blood sugar rises more gently. When you drink juice, the fiber is removed or heavily reduced. The natural sugars are still there, but now they rush into your system almost like a sweet flood. Your bloodstream cannot handle that surge alone, so your liver steps in like a heroic firefighter. One of its main jobs is to process a specific type of sugar called fructose. Fructose goes almost directly to the liver, where it is transformed. In small amounts, the liver can cope. In repeated large amounts, especially when you're older and less active, the liver starts converting that excess into fat. Some of that fat travels through your blood as triglycerides. Some of it stays inside your liver cells. Over time, this fat accumulation in the liver creates a condition many older adults have heard mentioned but don't fully understand: fatty liver disease, which can develop even if you never drink alcohol. Here is the subtle trap. Because juice is often marketed as natural, pure, or 100% fruit, many people feel comfortable drinking 1, 2, or even 3 glasses a day. Or they start the morning with a big orange juice, have an energy smoothie in the afternoon, and drink a glass of apple juice with dinner. They are proud not to be drinking soda, but from the liver's perspective, the sugar load can be very similar. After 60, the liver's capacity to keep compensating is lower. The same amount of sugar that your body tolerated at 30 becomes far more harmful. The fat stored in the liver triggers inflammation, disrupts normal liver function, and if nothing changes, can progress over the years into scarring and more serious damage. Now let's bring this down from science to everyday life. You might notice that despite eating light and avoiding desserts, your waistline has grown. Your pants feel tighter around the middle. You wake up tired even after a decent night of sleep. Your energy crashes in the afternoon. You may experience some brain fog, a kind of dullness when you try to focus. Your blood tests may show slightly elevated liver enzymes, a bit of high triglycerides, maybe borderline glucose. Often, nobody connects these dots with the healthy drinks you love. When I ask my patients to walk me through their day, the pattern repeats over and over. I wake up and have a big glass of orange juice, doctor. It's fresh, I squeeze it myself. At lunch, I drink a glass of grape juice. It's good for the heart, right? In the afternoon, I have a green smoothie from the store. It says detox on the label. And in the evening, maybe a little apple juice with dinner just to avoid soda. No one would call this an unhealthy day. And yet, the liver is working nonstop to handle several concentrated doses of sugar. The problem is not the vitamins, not the color, not the natural label. The problem is the concentration and speed of sugar delivery into a body that no longer processes it as efficiently. Let me be very clear. Whole fruits are not the enemy. A piece of fruit with its fiber, water, and micronutrients is usually a friend of your liver, especially when eaten in reasonable portions. The issue is the extraction of the sweet part into a liquid that bypasses your chewing and your satiety signals. You drink it in seconds, and you are ready for more. Store-bought smoothies add another layer. Many of them, even the ones that look green and healthy, are based on fruit juice concentrates, added sugars, syrups, or sweetened yogurts. The label might highlight spinach, kale, or detox herbs, but the first ingredients are often apple juice, grape juice, or banana puree. Your taste buds sense something fresh and natural. Your liver receives a dense sugar load once again. Sweetened teas, vitamin waters, and bottled immune boosters can be just as deceptive. A nice label with pictures of lemons, berries, and herbs gives the impression of wellness, but the nutritional panel tells a different story. High sugar, little fiber, and a guarantee that your liver will be called back into emergency mode over and over. So what happens inside the liver each time this occurs? First, the sugar spike in your blood triggers insulin, the hormone that helps move sugar into cells. Repeated spikes over years can lead to insulin resistance, meaning your cells stop responding properly. Then the liver stores more fat, your triglycerides go up, and your risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and advanced liver disease increases. For someone in their 30s, the body might compensate for many years before showing clear signs. For someone over 60, with slower metabolism, reduced muscle, and possibly other medications or conditions in the mix, the timeline accelerates. What could have been a minor issue at 40 becomes a serious threat at 70. Now, I don't want you to feel guilty about every glass of juice you've ever enjoyed. Guilt doesn't heal the liver. Information and consistent choices do. So let's shift from the problem to the solution. Imagine your liver as an overworked employee who has stayed late at the office for 40 years without complaining. The first step to helping that employee is not to fire them, but to reduce their workload and give them the tools to recover. For your liver, that means 3 main strategies: reduce the sugar burden, improve the quality of what you drink, and add daily habits that support long-term liver health. First strategy, reduce the sugar burden from drinks. If you drink juice every day, start by cutting the frequency in half. If you have a big glass, reduce the portion. You don't have to go from daily habit to never again overnight. For example, if you drink a full glass of orange juice every morning, switch to half a glass and fill the rest of the cup with water. You still enjoy the flavor, but your liver receives a softer impact. Next, choose whole fruit instead of juice whenever possible. An orange, an apple, or a handful of berries, eaten slowly, will satisfy your desire for sweetness but with fiber, volume, and slower absorption. Over time, this simple swap can dramatically reduce how often your liver is forced into emergency storage mode. Second strategy, upgrade what you drink throughout the day. Water remains the simplest and most powerful ally for your liver. It helps transport nutrients and waste products and supports every metabolic process. If plain water feels boring, you can infuse it with slices of lemon, cucumber, mint, or a few berries. These add flavor without flooding your system with sugar. Unsweetened herbal teas are another wonderful option. Many older adults find that a warm cup of herbal tea in the evening calms the nervous system and supports better sleep, which indirectly helps the liver regenerate overnight. During the day, lightly brewed green or black tea, without sugar, provides antioxidants with almost no calories. If you enjoy coffee and your doctor has not restricted it, moderate coffee intake can actually be supportive for many livers. The key is moderation and avoiding heavy sugar or flavored creamers. Coffee with just a splash of milk or unsweetened alternatives is very different from a dessert-like drink that delivers more sugar than a can of soda. Third strategy. Add daily habits that ease the liver's workload. Your liver doesn't only handle sugar. It processes fat, proteins, medications, alcohol, and environmental toxins. After 60, one of the best gifts you can give it is stable, balanced meals, protein, healthy fats, and fiber at each meal, rather than constant snacking on sweet foods or drinks. This stabilizes blood sugar, reduces insulin spikes, and allows the liver to work more calmly. Gentle daily movement, even a 20 to 30-minute walk, helps your muscles use sugar more efficiently, so the liver doesn't have to convert as much into fat. Many of my patients notice that when they walk after meals, their digestion improves and their energy becomes more steady. That is not just in their imagination. Their entire metabolic system is responding. Sleep is another underestimated liver ally. During deep sleep, your body performs repair work that you simply cannot do while awake. Poor sleep increases cravings for sugar, disrupts hormones, and adds pressure to an already tired liver. Prioritizing a regular sleep schedule, a dark, quiet bedroom, and a calming evening routine can be more powerful than any detox drink sold in a bottle. Now, let me share a few brief stories to bring these ideas to life. A 68-year-old gentleman came to see me complaining of constant fatigue and stubborn belly fat. He was proud of his healthy habits: no soda, no desserts, and no alcohol. When I asked about drinks, he smiled and said, "Just good things, doctor. A large glass of orange juice in the morning, grape juice at lunch, and a fruit smoothie in the afternoon." We didn't change his entire life overnight. We made 3 simple adjustments. First, we cut his morning orange juice from a large glass to half a glass, topped up with water. Second, we replaced the lunchtime grape juice with water infused with lemon and mint. Third, we swapped the afternoon smoothie for a small bowl of mixed fruit and unsweetened herbal tea. 6 months later, his liver enzymes had improved, his triglycerides dropped, and his waistline shrank by several centimeters. But what mattered most to him was this. "I feel light again," he said. "I didn't realize how heavy that daily sugar load was making me." A 72-year-old woman had been drinking bottled green smoothies every day because the label promised detox, immunity, and vitality. She thought she was doing something wonderful for her body. But she struggled with brain fog, borderline diabetes, and fatty liver. When we read the label together, she was shocked to see the sugar content hidden behind words like fruit puree and juice concentrate. We set a simple rule: no smoothie with more sugar than a piece of fruit. She began preparing her own drinks at home. A handful of spinach, some cucumber, a small piece of fruit, water, and a source of protein such as plain yogurt or a small portion of nuts. Suddenly, Her detox drink truly supported her body instead of overwhelming it. Over the following year, her liver imaging improved significantly, and her energy returned to a level she hadn't felt in a decade. These are not miracles. They are the predictable results of understanding what your liver needs after 60 and respecting its limits. You might be wondering, do I have to give up juice forever? Not necessarily. The key is frequency, portion, and context. Enjoying a small glass of juice occasionally, especially as part of a meal with protein and fiber, is very different from living on fruit juices and sweetened drinks all day long. What I strongly recommend is stepping away from the idea that juice is a health drink that you should consume daily for vitamins. You can obtain those same vitamins from whole fruits, vegetables, and balanced meals without forcing your liver to fight constant sugar surges. Think of juice as a treat, not a necessity. There is one more important point: medications and alcohol. Many people over 60 take multiple medications per day. Each pill is processed, at least in part, by the liver. If alcohol is also part of your life, even in moderate amounts, the workload increases further. When you add high-sugar drinks on top of this, the liver is attacked from several sides at once. If you drink alcohol, especially daily, I encourage you to speak with your doctor about how much is truly safe for your specific situation. And if you are already dealing with liver problems, combining alcohol and sugary, healthy drinks is like pouring gasoline on a smoldering fire. Reducing sugar from drinks becomes even more urgent in that context. If you suspect your liver might be struggling, maybe from fatigue, abdominal heaviness, or past test results, don't panic, but don't ignore it either. Talk with your healthcare provider about appropriate evaluations. Simple blood tests and, when needed, imaging can show whether fat is accumulating in your liver. Knowledge is power, especially when you can still change the trajectory with everyday habits. So let's compress everything into one clear, powerful idea. After 60, the most dangerous, healthy drink for your liver is the daily habit of high-sugar fruit juices and sweetened smoothies that overload a slower metabolism, turn into liver fat, and silently drain your energy, while the bottle still says natural and good for you. The good news is that it is never too late to turn this around. Your liver has an extraordinary ability to heal when you stop overloading it and start supporting it with water, whole foods, smart movement, and restorative sleep. Whether you are 60, 70, or well beyond, every day that you choose to be kinder to your liver is a day you move closer to more vitality, clearer thinking, and better aging. If this message resonates with you, I invite you to look honestly at your own kitchen. Open the fridge. Check the bottles and boxes you've trusted for years. Read the labels with new eyes. Ask yourself, is this drink really helping my liver or just my taste buds? Then, little by little, begin to choose differently. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm Dr. Linda Parker, and it's an honor to walk with you on this journey of wiser, more intentional aging. If you found this helpful, take a moment after this video to reflect on one drink you'll change this week. Share this message with someone you love who might still believe that daily juice is harmless. And if you'd like to keep learning how to protect your health, your independence, and your vitality in the years ahead, I'd be delighted to have you join me in future conversations. Your liver has carried you through every season of your life. Now is the perfect time to return the favor.